King Jeroboam's kingdom seemed secure on the surface, but trouble was brewing inside his own household. His son Abijah became seriously ill. Concerned for the boy's life, Jeroboam turned to an unusual source for help. He instructed his wife to disguise herself and travel to the prophet Ahijah, the very prophet who had once foretold that Jeroboam would become king over Israel. Jeroboam hoped the prophet would reveal what would happen to the child. By this time, Ahijah was very old and nearly blind. Jeroboam may have thought that a disguise would prevent the prophet from recognizing his wife. But before she arrived, the Lord told Ahijah exactly who was coming and why. As soon as Jeroboam's wife approached the door, Ahijah called out to her. He asked why she had disguised herself and then delivered a devastating message. The prophet reminded her that God had raised Jeroboam from among the people and given him 10 tribes of Israel. Yet Jeroboam had done more evil than all the kings before him. He had made idols and led Israel away from the Lord. Because of this, disaster would come upon his entire dynasty. Then Ahijah spoke about the sick child. Although Abijah would die, he was the only member of Jeroboam's family in whom God found something good. Because of this, he alone would receive a proper burial and mourning. The prophet said that the moment Jeroboam's wife entered the city, the child would die. One lesser-known detail is that Abijah's early death was actually presented as a form of mercy. God would spare him from witnessing the future destruction that would come upon his family. Jeroboam's wife returned home. As she crossed the threshold of the house, the child died exactly as the prophet had foretold. All Israel mourned for him. The chapter then broadens its focus to the southern kingdom of Judah under Rehoboam. Unlike David, Rehoboam and the people of Judah increasingly turned away from the Lord. They built high places, sacred stones, and Asherah poles throughout the land. Idolatry became widespread. One lesser-known detail is that some of the practices copied the religious customs of the nations God had driven out before Israel. The people were repeating the very sins that had once brought judgment upon the Canaanites. In the 5th year of Rehoboam's reign, Egypt invaded Judah. King Shishak marched against Jerusalem and carried away treasures from the temple and the royal palace. Among the items taken were the gold shields Solomon had made. To replace them, Rehoboam made bronze shields instead. The contrast was symbolic. Under Solomon, Israel possessed gold. Under Rehoboam, the kingdom had already begun to decline. The chapter concludes with the deaths of both kings. Jeroboam ruled Israel for 22 years before dying. His son Nadab became king after him. Rehoboam ruled Judah for 17 years. After his death, his son Abijah succeeded him. The United Kingdom was gone, and both kingdoms were now moving further away from God.